Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to ask which position is the most important in NBA 2K21. You have your point guard, lockdown, and big man, or typically you're going to see the exact build titles that you're going to see right here. Play shot, prim lock, paint beast, the triple P's that you're going to see from almost everybody who runs this 3v3 stuff. Now I know with the title we're talking about lineups like this where it's typically going to be the point guard, lockdown, big man, but shout out to all the people out there who run positionless. You could run 3 point guards, 2 bigs, 2 rim sharps, whatever it may be. You're running ISO, all pure playmaker. Either way, like I said, we're here to talk about the typical stage lineup that you're going to see, or even park lineup, I would say, for the most part. I feel like the paint beast and the play shot are the most typical things you're going to see. The prim lock depends. Sometimes it's double play shot, sometimes it's the prim lock at the 2. Either way, we have pretty much the same thing. Play shot at the 1, prim lock at the 2, and then two-way finisher at the 3, but I'm at the point guard spot. But anyway, let's debate a little bit. We're here to talk about which position is the most important in 2K21. Now, my answer on this video is going to be that they are all super important. I'm talking, you cannot have a weak link anywhere. Your big man can't just not know when to roll and not know when to set screens. He has to be able to rebound well and all that stuff as well. And here I go giving up easy buckets, right? But anyway, my whole point is the lockdown has to be great at defending ball. If you're giving up threes, it's going to put so much more pressure on you and your point guard to be getting threes up yourself. And then your point guard obviously has to be good. Now, the easiest answer to all of this in this whole question right here is that clearly the point guard is the most important position on the court. It's what provides most of the points. And if you don't have a good point guard, you as a big man are going to struggle a ton. And really, you're never going to get open as a lockdown either if your point guard is not very good. Now, the reason I say that this question is complicated is because me and Dope together here run a pretty complicated defense as far as like describing which one deserves more of the praise and which one deserves more of the attention for the defense. I would say me and him on defense are more of a duo, and then me and Kitchen on offense are more of a duo. Now, again, I've seen all types of comments in the past talking about like, oh, doing what Dope does, I could never do that. I could never just sit in the corner and not do anything for the team. And the people who say that stuff, they're so misinformed and they have no clue how this stuff works. Clearly, Dope's role is to play good defense and shoot consistently from the corner. And granted, if somebody doesn't want to do that on offense, that's your own decision. I understand it could get a little bit boring sometimes on offense, but it is what it is. Like I said, we provide a whole lot of chemistry on defense and the versatility that we bring on defense because of our heights and stuff like that. I understand camping in the corner as far as the entertainment value and how entertained you are playing the game or how much you can entertain your audience while doing so is a lot tougher to do than being a point guard. But like I said, at the same time, when it comes to the teamwork and actually winning games, it takes a lot of ego checks. I'm talking like to have somebody like Dope who's willing to play with this build rather than, you know, just for everybody to be like, oh, I just want to make an offensive build. I don't want to, you know, bring the prim lock to the table, and I don't want to have this stupid role of playing defense. And just this play right here is such a big game changer, and it's what comes with the role that he provides as a lockdown. Makes a turnover, gets us the ball back, and they score 0 points. And just like that, now we're up on the scoreboard. They're going to feel like they have to blitz off the corner even more when I hit these rolls because they can't just give up free twos. And just like that, Dope's going to get more involved as well. I try to hit Kitchen back right here. This is where I made a small mistake. I should have hit him a little bit sooner and he could have got the 3-pointer off. And I already knew I kind of screwed him over by passing it that late. And I knew it was going to be a contested shot. But anyway, this is the stuff that I'm talking about with our teamwork as far as the defense goes. We both have similar heights, versatility on defense. Dope gets the steal right there on the passing lane. I track down the loose ball, run with it on the fast break, get us a dunk. Just like that, it's 12-6. And now we got a 2-possession lead entirely with just 3-pointers, 3 possessions of 2-pointers. So really, if we're over here just taking away their threes, they're completely locked down. They got 3 possessions they have to come back on. I get the block on the chase down. I mean, there's just so much involvement when it comes to this 3v3 stuff. And I feel like a lot of people discredit that. They act like, you know, Dope's role is just completely uninvolved and he has nothing to do with the game, when that's just not the case. Now look at this right here. Beautiful hedge. I get back on the back side. Now I'm over here jumping around a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like clearly he could have taken that in on me a little bit. I do hedge out a little bit too far right there as well, and then they track down a long rebound right here. I'm trying to patch it up on the corner, get back to the big man. You can see we're working together on defense very well. Now I will say, if Kitchen were on his 6'5", because in this gameplay, he's on his new 6'1" PlaySharp that has no defense and it has more finishing badges. If he were on his 6'5", that's when we can work together a whole lot more on defense, where he's able to rotate a little bit more, help on the rebounding, whereas him being 6'1" doesn't really contribute much. So it's almost like the whole, you know, the same way people talk about Dope on offense is the same thing that Kitchen's really doing on defense. He can't do too much on that corner defense. So really it's just me and Dope working together, 2-man game. We're trying our best to not involve Kitchen in this pick and roll stuff at all. You can see trying to keep him out of the switches when it comes to those two rotating. And then this dude blows a completely easy shot right there. Dope's out on the fast break, greens it. So let's get back to the topic of the video before this ends. let's just talk about the importance of each position. So again, point guard is extremely important. I would say that's clearly the most important position on the court just because of what it provides to the team. If you don't have an efficient point guard and he's missing a lot of shots, can't create for his teammates, doesn't make the right passes, can't dribble himself open, you're going to have problems. That's just how it is. And a lot of people, they'll take their good point guard for granted and just act like they could do without him. But really, that's just not the case. You need a good point guard in this game, especially on 3v3. For the 2v2 stuff, obviously that, gets a little bit more cloudy of a topic where you could run something like the post score in the lockdown and then your point guard turns into the dude who's just fishing for rebounds all game. You guys get the deal. But anyway, I get the crazy steal off the forced pickup, get in the passing lane, kick it out to Kitchen on the little decks, grab the O board, fake the off ball, and then go in for the dunk. I mean, there's just so much teamwork and things you can provide outside of your box pretty much, where you would think like in a typical game that I'm not supposed to be doing some of the stuff that I'm doing. Kitchen gets the contest right there down low. Now we give up the O board, they get the 3, and bang, now it's 11 to 18. But either way, like I said, Kitchen made a few plays on defense. The big man spot that I want to talk about in particular contributes on both sides of the court super heavily to where I fill in the lane right there for the lob. Instantly that gets Kitchen open as well. And just as far as me slipping at the right time, setting good screens, grabbing offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, playing sides, versatility that comes with it, the paint camping defense if you want to go for that as well, of just like crashing defensive rebounds. Even the blitzes right here where we get the ball back. I mean, there's so much stuff that you could talk about. A nice lob from Dope right there. This is some Showtime gameplay. We were just flexing on these dudes. 4 steals. The point guard went 0 for 6 with 4 turnovers. And this is mainly the point of why I made the video. I want to talk about how defense truly can win you games, but also how you still need a great point guard to win these same games. Because if Kitchen didn't provide his great offensive ability, just like that, I'm not getting half my dunks and half my points. Because flat out, me as a big man and me as especially an inside big man, I rely on having a good point guard to draw the attention from the defense. And then same goes for our defensive side. Obviously, if we're not getting stops, it puts a whole lot more pressure on Kitchen and I to create more 3-point opportunities. And pretty much what I'm saying is the defense carries the offense carries the defense. And when one side is struggling, the other has to pick the other up. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. I just realized we didn't set a like goal for this one, but let's try to get this to 1K likes in the first 24 hours. And if you made it to the end of the video, put LA in the comments to show your support you made all the way through. My final rankings, if I had to give them as far as the importance of the position, I'll go ahead and say point guard is the most important, and I would say big man is probably the second most important. Lockdown is the third most important in my opinion, but like I said, that's a very close third as far as the second and third being debated. And then I would even say second and first are pretty debatable as well as far as the importance goes. But feel free to give me your feedback in the comments as well. Let me know what you think the most important position is in the game. I know a lot of people are probably going to say the big man as well, and I would agree with that to some extent. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased in that sense, but anyway, like I said, feel free to leave your comments and your feedback as well. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.